Sports live here in Markham at Replay Sports for the Hit That Sports Sports Indoor Volleyball Tournament. It's live from last week, episode 208. Let's go! Welcoming my fellow JayWalkers to another episode of Live from Last Week. Hope last week has served you well. Just a quick shameless plug before we go on. I want you guys to like and share this video and subscribe to the channel. So talking about a stressful night shift last night, I took solace in seeing this box of chocolates at the nursing station, where, just like in previous times when I saw a box of goodies in public places at work, I reached in the box and took one, devouring it to cope with my stresses. Next, coming off my shift this morning and recalling that check engine light that came on the Mini's dash last week, it was still evidently there this morning, having me drive through the rush hour traffic here in Toronto to go from downtown straight to Scarborough, where my Mini mechanic was, where we've gone for my previous Mini's issues, and dropped her off there for the day. Then, just like I did when my previous Mini was left at the shop, I made my way walking towards McCowan Road, taking the TTC bus from here to go back home to rest up. But guys, to be honest, that rest was short-lived, as I only got about an hour of post-shift rest, being too excited that I got tickets from my buddy Jagger's website for a concert later on tonight to check out one of my favorite YouTube musician performing artists at the historic Masonic Temple, the one and only Marc Rebillet. So staying in and editing Live from Last Week videos as I waited for a call back and report from the shop, I went and picked up the Mini $423 in costs later. Then to a local library for a little bit to use their computers to old school print out my concert tickets while spotting my buddy Ronnie reading an ebook in the stacks. And guys, after this segment from last week, I'm going to share with y'all this deal that I saw on Facebook, this Pizza Week deal that will still be valid when this episode is released on Friday. I made my 50% off regular price pizzas purchase with Ronnie at Papa John's earlier today, before taking this baby home to split and chow down with my bro. Cheers. God. While watching some boxing pay-per-view replays on the TV in the background, before heading downtown to pick up the wife and for her to drop me off at the famous venue of the Marc Rebillet Concert, the aforementioned historic Masonic Temple in Toronto.
To actually volunteer for this. Unbelievably painful.
And after going solo but still having quite a lot of fun at that concert,
Go.
we'll just wrap up the day doing a quick birthday shout out to one of my former coworkers who you guys remember I last ran into and met up with in one of my previous visits to Ottawa. This birthday shout out goes out to you, Alyssa. Happy birthday, Alyssa. And we've got a birthday greeting to one of my volleyball friends who you guys recall I randomly ran into in one of my visits to Van City. This birthday shout out goes out to you, Chris. Happy birthday, Chris. I'm hoping that at this time, everybody that has their birthdays today are doing well, staying safe and healthy, and had a great celebration for your birthdays this year. This morning, after passing out on the couch for a measly 6 hours, considering that I didn't really sleep at all yesterday, the wife and I headed in the Mini to Saga to visit my Tito, who I accompanied to the hospital for an appointment last week, helping him get some groceries done and change his Handwraps post-surgery, and getting him to make his best CM Punk impression. We next took a couple of our family members visiting in from the Philippines, my Tita Nina and Thea, of whom I haven't seen since the brother-in-law's wedding in Bali, out downtown for some delicious dim sum lunch at a place where we went to with a couple of friends not too long ago, at the Dim Sum King restaurant, where I got this suspicious fortune from the fortune cookie right in front of the wife. Next, touring them on a walk through Chinatown. Then to several spots for photos at the U of T downtown St. George campus, where I was actually also able to find one of our friends' names on the pathway where alumni's names were, prior to taking our visiting guests to my secret spot in the Eaton Center for taking picturesque, unobstructed photos with the Christmas tree lit up in the center of this mall, and heading to the nearby Nathan Phillips Square for more photo ops, especially with the well-known Toronto sign, before wrapping it up and taking them back to the Saga house for the night. But then, on our way for our commute back to Scarbs, I saw this video of a BOGO special on social media, which had me going to the local Scarborough Coco tea shop and getting my own 2-for-1 special of these oolong bubble teas, ready to enjoy them after a day full of activities. So getting in a really good 7-hour sleep because I was just so exhausted last night. I woke up pretty groggy AF just so that I could edit and finish my Live From Last Week episode 207 video for tomorrow morning's release, before I go in for one single picked up night shift tonight. But guys, before I do, I have a quick birthday shout out to one of my friends out there who is a fellow concert goer and a world traveler who has spent more time with a wife on the other side of the world than I have. This birthday shout out goes out to you, Jasmine. Happy birthday, Jazz. And we've got a birthday greeting to one of my longtime university buddies who I just hung out with and who I can't wait to celebrate his birthday with later on this weekend. This birthday shout out goes out to you, Ronnie. Happy birthday, Ronnie. I'm hoping that everybody that has their birthdays today are doing well, staying safe and healthy at this time, and had a great celebration for your birthdays this year. This morning, after a decent night shift and taking the coworker Tiffany home on another mini carpool, I managed to pass out for 4 hours or so, waking up to catch this beautiful Friday evening sunset to the west, before remembering that the nephew has a swim meet up in Markham this weekend. So I quickly got up off the couch and started to run all the way to Kennedy GO Station just to catch my train on time, ending up at the Markham Pan Am Center to meet up with my Ate Shah, Kuya John, and Tito Giliar, and cheer on the nephew Blueberry for his swim meet this evening. Go Jared!
Go, Jared!
Nice. And guys, after a couple of swims where the nephew set personal bests in the 50-meter backstroke and the 50-meter breaststroke, we got to greet him afterwards and go to the local McDonald's to celebrate his achievements of the day, and had me trying out their newly featured Big Arch Burger, which was pretty much a larger Big Mac with fried onions, but without the middle bun, of which was a pretty decent burger and one that I would recommend for anybody to try in the future. So waking up full of energy after a lackluster 3 hours of sleep last night, getting up to cook some freshly made breakfast for the wife, referring back to last week's episode, and saw this ad on Facebook of a restaurant that's celebrating their 12th year anniversary for one of those $1.20 bowls of ramen sessions. I took the TTC to the downtown Toronto area just to take a moment to try to find the entrance of Raijin Ramen, the restaurant with all of these long lineups at the early hour of 10 a.m. Fearful that I may not be one of the first 50 customers to enjoy their promotion of $1.20 ramen noodle soup. But one of the cool things is when I was lining up in line, the thoughtful staff had given a couple of us customers some free hot tea to warm ourselves up in this cold winter weather. Then, after 30 minutes waiting outside, I saw staff giving out the $1.20 ramen coupons, where I was able to get one, being the 43rd customer in line. Then, after waiting another 90 minutes outside of the restaurant, I was able to save a spot, joined by the former coworker Sydney, to finally wait inside with the warmth of this establishment, get seated, and be able to pour a couple of pints of Sapporo. Cheers and drink to me for waiting 2 full hours in line. You like it? While wearing my patented Japanese ramen t-shirt that I actually got a while back. Then have this magnificent feast of Japanese ramen while I got sensation back in my extremities. And having this delicious meal warm up my soul. Next up, hopping over to the local warehouse for the first time in a month or so, getting their pink warehouse drinks and cheersing with them here. Oh, that's so sweet.
Gotta get the Corona.
Before taking Sid to that hot spot at the Eaton Center to get a clear picture of the Christmas tree. then taking the TTC back home to pick up the wife and then drive her to her night shift downtown. And finally head to Saga to reunite with Ronnie at his place to help him celebrate his birthday.
Wife
Schedule.
list
Oh,
in
nice.
case you die.
Oh, Will.
Testament. No.
So after coming home and sleeping for what seemed like only a couple of hours again, I woke up early to make a personal best of 24 minutes to drive downtown, picking up the wife from her night shift at work and driving her home, making a stopover at the local Burger King, attracted to this large pile of crowns that they had here, taking one and fitting myself to feel just like a king, grabbing some BK breakfast takeout before heading to Markham for the Hit That Sports Ace of Courts Indoor Volleyball Tournament. So after that pretty fun time I had with these guys, playing indoor volleyball for several hours today, I just have a couple of these highlights that were some of my favorites. Now anyways, before we go back to Scarborough to see the wife before she has her third night shift in a row tonight, I just have a quick birthday shout out to one of my university friends that I remember during our Ryerson days. This birthday shout out goes out to you, Jess. Happy birthday, Jess. And we've got a birthday shout out to one of my world traveling co-workers who you guys know I hang out with outside of work from time to time. This birthday shout out goes out to you, Catherine. Happy birthday, Gomes. I'm hoping that everybody that has their birthdays today are doing well, staying safe and healthy at this time, and had a great celebration for your birthdays this year. So firstly, I want to do a quick birthday shout out to one of my cousins out there who I remember last seeing playing tennis with him at the condo. This birthday shout out goes out to you, Marvin. Happy birthday, Marvin. And we've got a birthday greeting to one of my coworkers out there who is a big K-pop fan and who I've hung out with outside of work several times in the past. This birthday shout out goes out to you, Victoria. Happy birthday, Victoria. I'm hoping that everybody that has their birthdays today are doing well, staying safe and healthy at this time, and had a great celebration for your birthdays this year. So, going back to last night after I left you guys, I walked in the rain to get to the St. Maria Goretti Catholic Church for Sunday night Mass, with it being the third Sunday of Advent, before I passed out way too early at 10 p.m., getting up after only 4 hours of sleep at almost 3 a.m., then tried to be productive editing some videos from yesterday's indoor volleyball tournament, before I was able to pass out around 6 a.m. for another couple of hours to get my minimum 6 hours of sleep, before editing videos pretty much all day long while watching in the background replays of games that I played in on TV. Then, when evening came, I accompanied the wife to take the GO train to Union Station, as she was off to the airport again, taking the UP Express for a short trip to Calgary with her family. Then, after seeing her off on her travels, bye, safe flight. Traveling again without me.
It's your fault. Okay.
Just like we did around the same time last year, I'm currently about to head to the downtown Pogue Mahone for the 14 North holiday outing of 2024.
Oh my goodness, look who it is!
Ho, ho, ho! Merry Christmas!
Hi Santa!
Hi Santa, hi guys! I got some presents for you. And so, with that fun time with my coworkers tonight, coming back to this Lego place at Union Station for the first time in a couple of weeks, where they're actually holding a free gift wrapping session between these dates and times next week, of which I just might come back to here in the future. We'll just wrap up this week's Live From Last Week episode right here. So, if you guys have enjoyed what you've been watching, feel free to follow JayWalkerPOV on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. Be sure to like and share this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notifications bell to be notified when new videos from JayWalkerPOV come out. And once again, I'd like to thank you guys for watching. Stay safe and healthy out there, and we'll see you next time on Live From Last Week.